Hey there, and welcome to another episode of One Email, Two Takes. Now, this episode, if you're on the job hunt, this is going to be a great episode to watch. If you're not familiar with the show, I'm Will Allred. I'm usually joined by my co-host Christina Fenseth, where we take emails that are sent to us or sent to us asking for feedback, and we offer our perspective on said email, but also our two takes on how we'd rewrite it. And so this week, I'm focusing on the job seeker email, right? A cold email can open up so many doors for you when you're looking for a job. And so I'm super excited about this episode because this is an actual email that was sent to me looking for a marketing role. Let me share my screen here and I'll show it to you. So what you have here is subject line, lavender marketing career question. Now, this person wrote a decently fine email. There's nothing wrong with it per se, right? It's actually personalized, but I didn't figure that out for the first few seconds of looking at it. Now, I read my emails, so this didn't necessarily uh, miss when I caught it, but it definitely didn't stand out at first, and there's some key things that could have helped along the way. One being the actual placement of the personalization within that note. But let's backtrack here because this message here is way better than a lot of the messages that I get. Usually what I get is, "Hi there, I'm looking for X role. Here's all my credentials. Let me know if you have a job opening available," right? There's usually a resume attached. It's not something that is very reader friendly. It's not about me, it's about you. This person did a very decent job of making it about me, at least in the sense that there's some personalization here. I'll read it out. "Hey there, my name is," first name, last name, "and I came across your email marketing product on LinkedIn. I was recently laid off from said company, a unicorn AI software company, and so have been job searching. And well, I thought I'd take a chance and just reach out and ask if y'all are hiring. I am a content marketer based in a city who loves to write and makes content in the B2B space. I'm constantly intrigued by AI and how it helps businesses use or sell products and write customer facing content that not only gives answers but positions companies as thought leaders." Little writing emoji. "I know this is a long shot, but on the off chance you're looking for a full time content marketer, I'd be honored to be considered. It seems like a really cool product and a super fun team. I saw how the team dressed as wizards and went to SaaStr and Dreamforce. I'm attaching my resume to this email. Thanks, and I look forward to hearing from you." Now, the things that I love about this email are really like this personalized bit at the end. The tonality taken with, "I know this is a long shot, but on the off chance you're looking for a full-time content marketer," that kind of language actually performs really well. We have the data on this at Lavender, where what we've seen is those unsure, tentative tones actually generate a lot of replies compared to, say, an informative tone, where I'm trying to educate you about all my credentials. Well, that actually performs worse the more informative you are. So that tonality that's being taken here within the message, which is like, "I'm not really sure if you're hiring, but like I'm interested," that actually performs well, and that's not a bad thing. "My name is blank and I came across your company on LinkedIn." It does feel a little canned at the top. Um, I'm perfectly okay with coming out and just saying I was recently laid off. Um, Companies are making layoffs all the time right now. It's not necessarily related to you or any of your skill sets. And X particular company had done a lot of layoffs recently. So, like, it's not about them, it's about larger planning up top. If someone doesn't see that and they're, biasing their decision making based off of that, well, they're probably not that bright of a person to go work for anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Um, so I thought I'd take a chance and just reach out, see if y'all are hiring. I like that again, back to that tentative, unsure tone that sort of comes out within that. I will say a lot of the language here, it feels very stream of consciousness, which is why when I was filtering through my inbox, I was able to see that, oh, okay, this was actually a human being on the other end. That said, it made it a little hard to read through. And if your job is content marketing, that's not necessarily giving you any bonus points, right? If you're a content marketer and you write content for a living, you should write content that's really easy to read and digest, right? Now, fortunately, I've since read some of the works by this individual, and they are very easy to read. They are digestible. Email writing is just hard, and that's why we're here. So, the location, interesting, I guess. I think if you're reaching out to a company that has offices in central locations, that's probably important. For us, it's not because we're remote. But I wanted to call out this paragraph here because I see folks do things like this a lot. I'm constantly intrigued by AI. What does that mean? Like, spelling and grammar check is technically AI, right? So like, if you're gonna talk about something that is like in my wheelhouse and what we do, instead I would either drop it or get more specific. Um, I think going with I'm looking to be at a company that's on the forthright of where I see content technology going makes a ton of sense, right? Like that kind of language at least gives a clear sense that you understand the topic. Um, but all that said, I'd be honored to be considered. It seems like a really cool product and a super fun team. So yeah, as a founder, writing content and seeing what we're up to, yeah, I appreciate that it's actually a personalized note and they attach their resume. I'm personally not a fan of sending the attached resume. I don't think it adds anything. That said, I did look at the resume and that's why I ultimately responded. So my advice might be going out the window there. So there's several things that I like, some writing stylistic things that I didn't like, some content things that could use some tweaking. The subject line I actually did like. It was the reason I opened and read through the email because a lot of sales emails, by the way, start with "My name is blank and I'm your account executive at such and such company," and so it's been really easy for me to filter out. But because it started with this subject line of marketing career question, I was like, okay, it's probably not a sales pitch, and so that did some favors for this writer. Okay. Um, Subject line, open marketing role. This was my attempt to rewrite this message. At least my first attempt. I took a couple different approaches to doing this. One is a little bit more forthright with information about me and what I'm looking to do. This one is a little bit more about you on the other end and where I think I could plug into your strategic initiatives. So, open marketing role, question mark. Probably not my best subject line that I've come up with, but we can maybe come up with a better one later. Honestly, I just didn't want to reuse the original one twice. I reused it on the second one. Hi, Will. Between the team's post and the noise you made at SaaStr, it's clear your org values marketing. Simple. I'm looking for my next role and wanted to see if you're hiring. Researching, I was a bit surprised you don't have a blog. I used to do this at company. This is something I could come in and help with day one. Is that something you're looking to hire for? P.S. As you know, writing skills can always be applied elsewhere if a blog isn't top priority. I decided to keep this short, simple, because if we're hiring for that, then it's likely going to get a response. If I'm not hiring for it, I might say, hey, not now, but appreciate the note. We're focused on this. Have you done anything in that area? But maybe you attach your resume to this and it becomes easier. The other way that you could do the subject line maybe would be blog question mark I'm looking for role. That might be another way to do the subject line, but you start with this personalization. That personalization leads you into why you're reaching out, which is I wanted to see if you're hiring. And then from that, you lead into something you think you can add value with on day one, which as a founder on the other end, getting that note, it actually shows me that you're thinking about it proactively. And so not only does it show me you have a predilection for action, but it also shows me that you're doing your research on the company you have a brain. And so that kind of outreach really stands out. And I don't see nearly enough of this with job seekers. And then this PS allows the person on the other end to know, hey, like if that's not the thing, no worries, I'm flexible. Um, cool. So this is my first take. The second take is a little bit more of a give and take. So I reused the original subject line. Frankly, I like it. The problem with the way it was used in the first email is I believe a subject line should cover what the email is about, right? Pretty simple idea. But it was never actually a career question within that first email. I reread it trying to find that, and I was like, okay, it's not really a career question. So hi, Will. I'm looking for a marketing role, and I wanted to see if Lavender is hiring for marketing. Very upfront, very clear as to why I'm reaching out. As someone who's worked in social, I'm loving what y'all put out there. So immediately shows me that you've done some level of research to see anything about us. I was recently part of a large layoff at company. I was writing and optimizing blog content for them. Thought that could be helpful. I want to keep refining that skill set, but I think an early stage company could allow me to see how it fits into the larger picture. Do you think my hypothesis is right? If so, would love to see if I could be an asset to the team. What I'm doing here is I'm saying, here's why I'm reaching out. I'm not a robot. This is actually a note meant for you. Here's where I'm coming from and what I think I could provide to the team. Here's what I want the team to provide back to me. Do we think there's mutual alignment here? And if you follow Amy Volas, who posts a ton of awesome content when it comes to hiring, but also going to get a job, one of her key points is it's not about, you know, am I the best fit for you or are you the best fit for me? It's about that mutual alignment between the two things and being transparent with each other as you're coming into that relationship. And so this post or this email here is all about finding that alignment. So again, it's here's why I'm reaching out. I swear I'm not a robot. I'm doing my homework here. Here's where I'm coming from, what I think I can offer. Then what I would like for you to offer back to me, do we have alignment here? That's essentially what this email says. So a couple different ways to do outreach when it comes to job hunting. I personally prefer this second one. I thought of the first one more as like a warm-up where it resembled more of like what a sales email might look like. But two different approaches. If you attached your resume to the second one, it'll probably get opened as well. But hopefully these are helpful. I try to make sure that let me backtrack. When we started Lavender, the original idea was actually to help job seekers do a lot of their outreach. We started at the beginning of COVID when a lot of people were getting laid off. And so we thought that our product could help there. And it's why we still offer the product for free to job seekers today. When the team at Sales Hacker asked me to do a job seeker post, I got really excited. Hopefully this was helpful, hopefully an informative sort of rewrite. And if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out, will.allred@lavender.ai. But yeah, if you're out there hunting, hope this helps and good luck. Thanks.